It's snack time in the chicken pen. Hello, Bibby. Hello, Boo-Roo. Sheena and Brownie. There's Clemmy with that wayward feather. There's Henny Penny over there. She still looks kind of scraggly. Pepper's way over there behind that post. They're eating sourdough bread. There's Pepper. Any eggs today? Oh, yes. We have eggs today. There's Bibby's. I think that's Brownie's. I think that is Clemmy's. Pepper's. And Sheena. Thank you, ladies. You're wonderful. Hello, YouTube friends. Well, I've got two very different segments today to show you. The first one in the living room was taken, a month, 6 weeks ago, a long time ago. Been saving that footage for you. It's a little boring. How many times do you want to get on YouTube and watch somebody change a window shade? Boy, I don't know. But the second one was filmed just this morning because the weather is cool, and I did some rather heavy work out in the pasture, and oh, it was just a delight. I had so much fun, as I think you can see. So we're going to look at those two things today, and you can see what I do when my husband goes away for the day, when he's working again. Here we go. Hi, YouTube friends. Well, I have a little project to do in the living room today. I don't usually show you this part of the house because it stays pretty lived in. Now this is, I'm not really sure how the camera's working here. This is kind of my husband's couch, and this is our dog Tricky's couch. Now Bobo is sleeping there right now. I think it's because I kicked him off of my couch. But we have a problem with this window on the left, and a problem with the blind that's there. And I'm going to show that to you and how Tricky is taking advantage of it. When we first moved here, this blind was already in the window. It's a very old blind, and it's dry, and it had a little slit in it. But you see now it's got a lot of breakage in that blind. And Tricky knows that, and she wants to see who's coming in the driveway through there. And so she lies on the couch right here. She has ruined this cushion. I can't even get this cushion to expand anymore because Tricky likes to lie here. She's not allowed on the couch up there, but she'll do that when we're gone, and she will look to see who's out the window. So I've been wanting to put a new blind on this window. I bought 2 of them. But the little brackets are not in the right spot for the new blind. And so I have to move one of the brackets. And that requires moving the furniture and getting up on a stool and doing stuff. So that's what I'm going to do today while my husband is gone. Okay, Bubba, I'm going to move stuff around. You better watch out. My husband tends to store stuff under his couch, but there's also lots of dust bunnies and dead bugs back here, and I'm going to vacuum them up right now. Okay, that's just a light hiccup. There's a reason I'm not showing you back there, because it was too gross. All right. Now, it's really hard to do that, to work on the blind rollers with this up there. So I think I'm gonna have to take it off. This is probably another reason I put this off, because I knew it was gonna be rather involved. I'm gonna lose my life tripping over these boards. Okay, so I'm gonna go get the stool. All right, I'm gonna try to do this without breaking my neck. But if I do break my neck, then my husband can come back and find me on the floor, but it will all be recorded. I'd really like to try to get this cushion. Thing is, I know Tricky's just gonna mess with it again. Tricky, you're a bad girl sometimes. This has messed up the rug as well. Okay. At least I have a window to hold on to. Boy, that's comforting, isn't it? Let's try not to break anything. Oh, that's so dusty and dirty. I'm not a housekeeper, to be honest. The further away things are from me, the less likely I am to clean them. Okay. Let's go ahead and, I'm going to back this up a little bit close. Okay. So I might have to wash these curtains while they're off. I'm slightly disgusted now that I look at them. Let's just move them in here. Let's look at the troublesome window first. There's a lot of dog hair over there I didn't get. Now this is why I brought my glasses. I have looked at this before. Okay. Now this one I definitely want to throw out. Although I've taken it off before and put it back on because it was the only one that worked there. When it was a young blind, it was a very high quality blind, I'm sure. We're gonna go look at the one. I guess the other option I would have would be to cut it off above the rip. But that sounds like a junky solution. All right. We've also put plastic on these windows. Adam did this, oh boy, 3 years or so ago, and to keep down drafts in our house. And we never opened these windows. And that was, I think, a very beneficial thing to do. Okay, so there's the dead blind. Let's go see what we think of the others. This is a brand new one. Tear to fit roller shade. I think the other new one I got, I ended up putting in my daughter's room, in the guest room, instead of here. I am pretty determined this time, though, somehow to make this work. Tear to fit. I hope that doesn't mean I have to cut off part of it. I would rather move the little bracket and make it work. These are not blinds that have to fit inside of the frame of the window. They can kind of lay on the outside of it, is fine. This is a pain. I brought glasses, but oh, well, I just tore up all the directions. However, at my stage of life, I don't know how to hang a blind. Now, this one doesn't give you any hardware at all. That's very interesting. Okay, well, first of all, let's see if it works up there without any adjustments. I have my doubts. That goes in the little hole. Oh. Wow. It does. That's a shocker. Oh! That was kind of scary. Now see, look at this. It's already coming off. What is the deal? Why is that already coming off of there? I'm going to have to investigate this. I think it's because you're supposed to be able to tear it off over there and then reattach it. I need to try to read about this before I continue, because this is one that's actually going to fit, so I want to make it work. Okay. You first, well, no. I'm going to roll it up because I might want to work with it. Okay. I may have to go online and read since I ripped up directions, unless I can piece them together and read them. Don't tell anybody I'm doing this. Okay, I fiddled and fussed with the ripped up directions until I was able to read them. And then I fiddled and fussed with this blind until I figured out what it all meant. And I think I've got it right. I'm going to roll it up and see if it still fits, or if did I telescope it in too far? Let me do that before I roll it up. It also seems to not quite be rolling up straight. I was so excited before. Yes, that looks pretty good. It's going to stay in a down position all the time. Like that. Okay. I'm feeling pretty good about that. The other thing I need is a new shade for that one. But it's not ripped, although it does have lots of paint spatters. Well, it is ripped. It's got a little rip right here. I don't think Tricky knows about that one yet, though. So that's good. All right. We got to clean up before Adam comes home. I wonder if he'll notice that I changed the blind. I don't think so. All right. Hi y'all, I'm outside and I'm having so much fun this morning. See that gate back there? About 45 minutes ago you couldn't even see that gate because it was so obscured with vine and brush. We used to have 2 dogs that lived in this pasture, and my husband wanted them to be safe, and so he really had to block this gate with all kinds of stuff, big old logs and brush and everything. And then it became easy just to throw stuff over this gate that we eventually wanted to get to the burn pile, which is that direction. Anyway, it was in a sorry state. Let me turn the camera around and I'll show you what I did this morning, all right? It's been so much fun. I love hauling heavy stuff across the pasture on a cool morning. Okay, so here's how the gate is looking. I should have taken a picture beforehand, but I didn't. He had big logs laid all along here and some cement block. It's been this way so long that a little tree has grown up here, and another couple little trees down there at that. It's a long cattle gate. Thankfully the gate swings that way. There's Adam, he's working on the dependency this morning. He's working on that last wall. And this is a driveway actually that goes straight out to the road. And if we ever did have a little hip camp adventure here in years to come, this would be the way that we would want our customers to drive in. Oh, here you can, I've got one last long log. Can you see it? It goes like that. And it's all the way underneath the gate. But they're so disintegrated after years of being here that they've really just turned into sawdust. And when I try to hook them with my rake, my hoe, they turn into that. The bottom ones did. My biggest obstruction is the vines. There's just masses of vines. All of this came down, and I would grab it with my hoe and yank on it until the vines broke. So there's all these broken vines along here. I've got to get in here with some loppers and cut those 2 right there, and there's one down here. Anyway, I've been hauling all this big stuff over to the burn pile, which is right there. We're going to have a wonderful burn pile at Thanksgiving when our son and daughter-in-law and their baby come. But now I'm left with kind of smaller stuff like this. And instead of making multiple trips of stuff that's going to crumble in my hands, I'm going to use the wheelbarrow. Now I'm going to get the loppers here and cut those vines I was talking about so that we can open the gate. I'm going to go around the other side and make sure it's cleared for opening. And then I'm going to get the handsaw and take care of these little trees. Here's a tree, there's a tree, and there's another one. Wow, there's a big old pine that's grown up. It's been there a while. They grow pretty fast here, but oh my goodness, yeah, we got to get a handle on, at least on this area. I don't mind trees, but I don't want them growing in front of my cattle gate. Not that we have cattle. All right, so I'm gonna get back to work, and maybe I'll bring you back in after I get the gate open. Yes. Ta-da! Look at that gate. It's quite exciting. I should show you this too. This is a big mound of very old wood chips that we had delivered from the wood chipping guys that cut down people's trees. And anyway, but we're going to dig that up and put that on some of the beds this fall and winter. So anyway, let's go look at the gate. Still got a little tree right here, a little tree right here, a little tree right here. They're not too much in the way. You could still drive through. And then I have a tree over here. I kind of like this one though, because it would prevent the gate from swinging in, which it's not supposed to do. I don't know if it would do that anyway, but there's still some work to do here. Most of all, mowing. The mowing's going to happen here soon. That'll be the last mow of the year. It'll be good to get this cleared up and this cleared up. I need to figure out exactly where the previous owner laid these cement blocks along here. It's kind of like a threshold or whatever you want to call it. But they were so buried under logs and dirt and vine that I'm having to scrape them up with that hoe. So anyway, and then I've got to haul that stuff to the burn pile. And then I'll be done and I'll go inside, have a cup of tea or something. Well, thanks for joining me. I'm working, I don't know, do you call this farm work? This is not gardening. This is just hauling stuff. I just love to haul stuff. That's ridiculous. All right, bye.